such a silly thing to have done. I should never have tried to dust. Zulema says to me every time she comes, Doris, do not attempt to dust. The dusting is my department. That is what the council pays me for. You are now a lady of leisure. Your dusting days are over. Which would be all right, providing she did dust. But Zulema doesn't dust. She half dusts. I can tell when the place isn't clean. When she's going, she says, Doris, I don't want to hear you've been touching the U-Bank. The U-Bank is out of bounds. I said, well, I could just run over with it now and again. She said, you can't run anywhere. You're on trial here. I said, what for? She said, for being on your own, for not behaving properly, for not acting like a woman of 75 who has a pacemaker and dizzy spells and doesn't have the sense she was born with. I said, yes, Zulema. She said, you see, what you don't understand, Doris, is I am the only person who stands between you and Stafford House. I have to report on you. The welfare people say every time, well, Zulema, how's she coping? Wouldn't she be better off in Stafford House? I said, they don't put people in Stafford House just for running around with the U-Bank. No, she said. Well, they bend over backwards to keep you in your own home. But, Doris, you must meet them halfway. You're 75. Pull your horns in. You don't have to swill the flags. You don't have to clean the bath. Let the dirt wait. It won't kill you. I'm here every week. Oh, I was glad when she'd gone. Dictating. I sat for a bit, looking up at me and Wilfred on the wedding photo. And I thought, well, Zulema, I bet you haven't dusted the top of that. I used to be able to reach, but I can't now. I climbed up. I got the buffet. And she hadn't. Thick with dust. Home help. Home hindrance. You're better off doing it yourself. And I was just wiping it over when, oh, hell, the flaming buffet went over. Oh. You feel such a fool. I could just hear Zulema. Well, Doris, I did tell you. But I think I'm all right. I mean, my legs are a bit numb. But I managed to get back on the chair. I shall just sit and come round a bit. Shakes you up, a fall. Shan't let on I was dusting. Dusting is forbidden. Cracked the photo. We're cracked, Wilfred. Gates open again. I thought it had blown shut, but it's blown open again. Bang, bang, bang all morning. It'll be bang, bang, bang all afternoon. Dogs coming in, all sorts. You see, Zulema should have closed that. Only she didn't. The snack's loose. That's the root cause of it. It's wanted doing for years. I kept saying to Wilfred, when are you going to get round to that gate? But oh no, Always the same reply. Don't worry, Mother, I've got it on my list. I never saw no list. Well, he had no list. I was the one with the list. No system at all, Wilfred. When I get a minute, Doris. Well, he's got a minute now. Bless him. Feels funny, this leg. Not there. Leaves coming down now. I could do with trees if they didn't have leaves going up and down the path. Zulema won't touch them. She says, if I want leaves swept, I must contact the Parks Department. I wouldn't care if they were my leaves, but they're not my leaves. They're next door's leaves. We don't have any leaves, I know that for a fact. We've only got the one little bush, and it's an evergreen, so I'm certain they're not our leaves. But other folks won't know that. They see the bush and they see the path, and they think, them's her leaves. Well, they're not. I ought to put a note on the gate. Not my leaves. It's not my leg either. On the feel of it. It's gone to sleep. I never wanted the bush, to be quite honest. We debated it for long enough. I said, Dad, is it a bush that'll make a mess? He said, rest assured, Doris. This type of bush is very easy to follow. In fact, she's out the catalogue. This labour-saving variety is much favoured by retired people. Anyway, he said, the garden is my department. Garden. It's only as big as a tablecloth. I said, given a choice, Wilfred, I'd have preferred concrete. He said, Doris, concrete has no character. I said, never mind the character. Where does hygiene come on the agenda? See, with concrete, you'd feel easy in your mind. But no, he had to have his little garden, even though it was only a bush. Well, he's got his little garden now. And you bet that's covered in leaves. See, graves, gardens, everything's to follow. I'm going to make a move in a minute, see if I can't put the kettle on. Come on, leg, wake up. Fancy. There's a cream cracker under the settee. How long's that been there? I can't think when I last had cream crackers. Zulema hadn't half done this place. I'm going to save that cream cracker. And I'm going to show it to her next time she starts on at me about Stafford House. I'll say, don't Stafford House me, lady. This cream cracker was under the settee, and I've only got to send this cream cracker to the Director of Social Services, and you will be on the carpet, same as this cream cracker. I'll be in Stafford House, Zulema, but you'll be in the Unemployment Exchange. Oh, I was en route for the window, but I'm not making much headway. I'm going to bang on it, alert somebody. I don't know who. I don't know anybody round here now. Folks opposite, I don't know them. Used to be the Marstons. Mr. and Mrs. Marston and Yvonne, the funny daughter. There for years. Were here before we came. Then he died. And she died, and Yvonne went off somewhere. A home, I expect. Smartish woman after them. She worked at Wheatley and Whiteley's. Had a 3/4 length coat. She used to fetch the envelopes round for the blind. Then she went. Folks started to come and go. You lose track. I don't think they're married, half of them. Well, you see all sorts. They come in the gardens and behave like animals. I find the evidence in the morning. Now, Wilfred. I can nip this leg and nothing. Because we ought to have had a dog, then it would have been barking of someone. Wilfred was always hankering after a dog. I wasn't keen. Hairs all up and down. And it having to be taken out every 5 minutes. Wilfred said he was prepared to undertake that responsibility. The dog would be his province. I said, yes, and whose province would all the little hairs be? I gave in the finish, but I said it'd have to be on the small side. Didn't want one of them great lolloping lamppost smelling articles. No, I never got one either. It was the growing mushrooms in the cellar saga, all over again. I never got round to it. A baby would have solved all that. Getting mad ideas, like the fretwork, making toys and forts and whatnot. Oh, no end of money he was going to bring home. Then there was his phantom allotment. He was going to be coming home with leeks and spring cabbage and I don't know what. We'll be self-sufficient in the vegetable department, Doris. It never materialised. I was glad. It had meant muck, somehow. Oh, somebody coming. Salvation. Oh, it's a little lad. Hello? Hello? Well, a cheeky monkey. He's spending a penny. Hey! Hey! Get out! Now, go on! Clear off! Little demon. Can you credit it? Inside our gate in broad daylight. The place will stink. Oh, hey. Well, he wouldn't have known what to do anyway. It was only a kiddie. The policeman comes past now and again if I can catch him. Maybe the door's a better bet. If I can get there, I can open it and wait while somebody comes past. This must be what they give them frame things for. This is where we had the pram. You could hardly get past for it. Well, proper prams then. Springs and hoods, big wheels. They were more like cars than prams. None of your fold-up jobs. You were proud of your pram. Wilfred spotted it in the Evening Post. I said, "Don't let's jump the gun, Wilfred." But he said, "At that price, Doris, this is the chance of a lifetime." Oh, it comes under this door like a knife. And I can't reach the lock. That's part of the Zulema regime. Lock it and put it on the chain, Doris. You never know who comes. It may not be a bona fide caller. Well, there never is a bona fide caller. I don't get bona fide callers. There was a couple came last week, brain on the door, but they weren't bona fide callers. They had a Bible. I didn't go. Only they opened the letterbox and started shouting about Jesus. "Good news!" They kept shouting. "Good news!" They left the gate open. Never mind good news. They ought to get the priorities right. They weren't learning that in their instructional course. Shouting about Jesus and leaving gates open. It's hypocrisy, is that? Well, it is in my book anyway. Love God and close all gates. Hello? Hello? Help! Help! Oh, stink. What is it? Minicabs? Your roof repaired? Grand carpet sale. Carpet sales in chapels now. Or Sikhs. I wanted the baby calling John. One of the midwives said he wasn't fit to be called anything, and had we any newspapers? Wilfred said, "Oh yes, she saved newspapers. She saved shoeboxes as well." I must have dropped off, because when I woke up she'd gone. I wanted to see to him, wrapping him in newspapers as if it was dirty. It wasn't dirty. Little thing. I don't think Wilfred minded. You know, a baby. It was the same as the allotment and the fretwork. Just a craze. He said, "Well, we're better off, Doris. Just the two of us." It was then he started talking about getting a dog. If it had lived, I might have had grandchildren now. I wouldn't have been in this fix. Daughters are best. They don't migrate. I shall have to be migrating or I'll catch my death. This leg's gone numb now. Come on, Dad. Come on, numb my leg. had this frock for years. A little lame woman ran it up for me. They used to live down Tong Road. She made me a little jersey costume I used to wear with my tan court shoes. I think I've still got it somewhere, upstairs, put away. I've got umpteen pillowcases, some that were given to us when we first got married, never used. And the blanket I knitted for the cot, and all its little coats and hats. Oh, here's that cream cracker. Not wrong with it. Making a lot of crumbs. I shall have to have a surreptitious go-over with the Eubank. Doris, the Eubank is out of bounds. Out of bounds to her and all, by the look of it. Cream cracker under the settee. She wants reporting. I can't report her now. I've destroyed the evidence. I could always put another under. They never know. Except the welfare might twig it was me. Squatting biscuits under the settee, Doris. You're not fit to be on your own. You should be in Stafford House. Wilfred and me were always on our own. We weren't gregarious, but we just weren't the gregarious type. He thought he was, but he wasn't. Mix. I don't want to mix. Comes to the finish and they suddenly think you want to mix. I don't want to be stuck with a lot of old women, all smelling of pee. Daft half of them, banging tambourines. You go daft there. Well, there's nowhere else to go but daft. Wearing somebody else's frock. You mix up your teeth there. I am H-A-P-P-Y. Well, I'm not H-A-P-P-Y. I am un-H-A-P-P-Y. Or it would be. Zulima says, you don't understand, Doris. You're out of date. They have lockers now, and flower beds. They have the hair done, and they go on trips to Wharfdale. I said, yes. All smelling of pee. She said, oh, you're prejudiced, you are. I said, I am. Where hygiene is concerned. Oh. When people were clean, and the streets were clean, and everywhere was clean, and you walked down the street, and folks would smile and pass the time of day. I'd leave the door on the latch and run to the end and get some toffee. When I got back, Dad was home, and the cloth was on, and the plates were out, and we'd have our tea. Then we'd side the pots, and I'd wash up while he read the paper. Then we'd eat the toffee and listen to the wireless. Oh, all those years ago. Well, we were were first married, when I was having the baby. Doris and Wilfrid. They don't get called Doris now. Well, they don't get called Wilfrid. Museum names like that. That's what they're all called in Stafford House. Lily and Doris, Madge and Mabel. Antiques. Keep 'em under lock and key. And what's your name? Doris. Right. Pack your case. You belong in Stafford House. A home? Not me. No fear. Oh.
Hello? Hello? Are you all right?
No. I'm all right.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Your light was off.
I was having a nap.
Sorry. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you. You've done it now, Doris. I've done it now, Wilfrid. I wish I was ready for bed. All washed and in a clean nightdress and a bottle in. All sweet and crisp and clean. Like when I was little on baking night. Sat in front of the fire with my long hair still. In my sweet little Alice blue gown, when I first wandered down into town, I was bold but as I felt every eye, and in every shop window I'd never mind. It's all done with now anyway.